Hello and welcome to today's YouTube tutorial from Peakboard. In today's video I want to show you how you can create your fully individual bulletin board for your production with Peakboard Designer. How this works you see now. I'm now on the Peakboard Designer and I will start by adding a rectangle to the top of the screen. This should later be the headline for this. I change the size and the corner radius, and I also add a text to the screen. Now I give this text the correct value. I call it bulletin board and I set the visual settings here in the right side of the screen. Also I set the font size to header 1, and now I will continue by rename my screen. The first one I want to name home, because this later will be the home screen. Also I want to add another screen. This one I call menu. Here I later will show the current menu of the week. Okay, then let's continue by creating some kind of a navigation menu. For this I go to basics and I add two different icons to my home screen. Place it here on the left side, and with a double click I'm able to change the icon. The first one I will find by searching home, and this one I want to set to this blue color. This one will later notice the user that this is the current active screen. Then I add just a second icon here underneath the home and I double click that one. For the second icon I will search for cutlery and select this one. In that case I set the color to gray. This should show the user later that this is not the active screen. So as next I click on the first icon and I go here to tab the event where I can create some kind of script. In that case I want to create a script to change the screen. For that I will find here an application, the part change screen, which I will select, and here I select with title and I click for the first icon to home, because this one should lead to the home screen. Let's just do the same for the second icon. Go to the same button, and here of course we want to show the menu screen then. Click on save, and now I can just select everything with Ctrl A, copy everything with Ctrl C and paste it here with Ctrl V to the other screen. The only thing I want to do here is to change the colors, because if you go to the menu screen then the other icon should be the active one, which as said I want to show with the color. So for the second icon we just set this blue color. That's basically it. So let's go back to the home screen. The next thing here I want to do is to add the rectangle to show some company news. For that I just create a rectangle here and place it on the top left. I give it a title. Let's type in news here, and the data for that I will get from my Excel data source. For this I will select the Excel data source by clicking here on data and select here Excel. In my case this Excel file is on a SharePoint drive, so for this I first authorize against SharePoint. Now when I'm authorized, I'm able to select the file which contains the data for the company news. For that, I just go through the folder and the directories, and I will select the one containing the file I want to select. So that's this one. First I load the metadata by clicking on this refresh button here, and then I load the real data. So here, this is the current news we want to show. So let's click here on OK, and now I've created the data source, and I can just add a text again on the window and put it on the place I want to have it. First I changed here this visual settings, and then I connect it to the data source we've just created. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a Power BI tile here. The next thing I want to do is to add the Power BI tile with the OEE of this year. So for that, again, I will add first a rectangle here with a title. In that case, I will call it OEE. And the next thing is to select a Power BI tile control. So I will just place that one here on my canvas. I'm already authorized. If you want to see how this is done, you can just check it out on our help site. And now I will select the report I want to show. In that case, it's the OEE year. So let's just select that one and place it into the right position. Now we're also done with the second part. And the next thing now I want to do is to add another rectangle here where I want to show the events of our company. So for that, again, I place just here a rectangle on my canvas, and I give it again a name or a title. So let's call it events. And I continue by adding here a web page onto the screen. Let's just put this one here. And paste the URL of it. So now there's just one space left. For that, again, I will add a rectangle on the screen. In that case, I want to show a simple PDF file. So for that, again, we do the same procedure, adding a rectangle, call this one notice board, for example. And I just take a PDF file from my Windows Explorer, and I can just move it directly to this. So now we have just one space left here on the right. For that, again, we place a rectangle on the screen, and in that case we want to show a PDF file here. Again, I add a title. In that case I will call it notice board, and I want to show a PDF file here. I can just drag and drop it from my Windows Explorer here to the Peakboard Designer. I take this announcement PDF file and move it there. That will create me directly the thing here on my canvas. Of course I will resize it so it's fitting to that place. Alright, that's basically it for the home screen. Now let's move to the menu screen to add the current menu plan. For that, same procedure. I place here a rectangle, give it a title, let's call it menu, and the menu in our case is also a PDF file. In that case we can just do the same again. I take the launch PDF file here and place it on the canvas and move it to the corresponding position. Now when we are done, we can click on the preview button on the top to start our application. As you can see here, we get our data from SharePoint, from Power BI. our events website and our PDF file. Also, we can click here on the left to see the current launch plan. Thanks for watching and see you next time.